All
Ready to
right.
intro?
Welcome back. We have a jam-packed on-topic session for you today where we bring you a combined two lifetimes of knowledge and a library and all of Google about today's topic, which is
Destination addiction or arrival fallacy,
all
or as the
right.
ULA guys call it, happiness lie.
Oh, the happiness lie. It does have a lot of names, folks. So if you've never heard of those, like me, Nicole recommended this topic, and I was like, wait, what's that? And then I was like, absolutely, that's what that is. So perfect. Nicole, kick us off. Did you bring a quote today?
I did, and you have to guess it because it's cut
Oh,
off up there. But
okay.
no,
Someday.
someday is not a day of the week by Sam Horn.
All right, laying it
And he
down.
has a book out there. Actually, that's a book. That's a book
Oh,
title, but I'm using it as a quote.
okay.
It's
Wow, look
not
at
the
that.
book though that I use my resources from, but
Okay. Um, I finally understand the true meaning after this research and the reflection, the meaning of the quote, stop and smell the roses. And so I hope that you can uh, watch here for the next 9-10 minutes, open the fire hose. And as always, if you have comments, questions, or anything like that, make sure you drop them here. We'd love to see you share, and we like to know that you're watching. So, as you know, if you've watched any of these others, we bring books because we love books and resources and links and TEDx talks and YouTube videos and podcasts.
yes,
Okay, you go
all the above.
first.
All right, so my book is Happier by Harvard professor Tal Ben-Shahar.
Ooh,
And so he's an arrival fallacy expert.
okay. Wow. Arrival fallacy expert. I wonder if he's ever had to combat it. I'm sure we'll hear about it later. I brought three suggestions today. One is a super fun kind of illustrated read. The other two are by very smart psychologists. The first one, Wherever You Go, There You Are, that talks about mindfulness. It's written by John Kabat-Zinn. The next one is by Jamie Varon, Radically Content. Check that out. Those are deep dives into the journey, which you'll hear us talk more about. But the fun one is the donkey principle. And so
Yeah, I'm excited to hear
in
about that.
yeah, so it's 250 pages, but it's a lot of short stories and illustrations talking about the joy of the journey and the donkeys that get to ride along and befriend the racehorses.
Okay.
So I love horses, and so
Mm-hmm.
that was really fun when I found that. And that's by Rachel Ann Ridge. It just talks about living well in the circumstance you're in.
Very cool. I wrote down radically content because I want to read that. I think I'm kind of in this stage right now of trying to find where my line is between content and my drive for more.
Okay.
And I find that my drive for more is exhausting and I have to learn how to be content more. And so it's not like I don't think it's a rival fallacy or destination addiction where I will be happier when I'm there. It's just I just want to help everyone and do everything and learn everything. And so
Yeah.
I have to find that fine line where, oh, I'm content and happy right where I'm at.
Okay. I think that that is a perfect segue to bring on the definition.
Okay, yes, please tell
Okay.
us.
Um, well, I think exactly what you just said. It's just when I get to XYZ, I will be happier. And then you scrap that goal because either you got there quickly, you got there, whatever, and then you go on to the next one, and you're just constantly unhappy with yourself because you need to lose 25 pounds instead of 15, or you need to get the super duper promotion as opposed to the one you just earned and stuff like that. Did I kind of engulf all of that?
Yeah. It's that, or it's oh, I'm not going to be happy until. So as soon as I graduate college, I'm going to be happier. As soon as I move to Las Vegas, I'm going to be happier. And then you get to these places and you're the
You're
same
just
person
so
because where you
missing
are is where
joy.
you are. And so it's
Oh,
it's not it's not arriving at this goal or destination or place or milestone or weight or whatever it might be. It's everything along the way, enjoying who you are and what you're doing as you get there.
Yeah. So this whole concept, the mindset of this destination is kind of a thief of joy.
Yeah,
It
for
just
sure.
takes, if you have never stopped to smell the roses, you forgot about that mile 35, right?
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
just feel like, man, it has to be a never-ending hamster wheel. And I think we've always felt like we're on that.
Mhm.
But it really, you just have to take a step back. And I know Nicole's going to bring us some really awesome tips, but I want to go into what is it triggered by? Because if you really
Okay.
take a step back and you think, okay, how did we get here? It wasn't that you couldn't meet a goal. It wasn't that you didn't have a goal. It was that you forgot about what it would feel like at each step. And I'm really big into, putting it out into the universe. Like, this is my expectation when A happens. This is my expectation when B happens. And then also, being flexible in there. But I think that this is triggered by um dissatisfaction just in your day, and you stub your toe on a rock, and that just, spirals it out of control for the rest. Lack of fulfillment, dreaming without action, or not putting specific measurements on your dreams, or not having smart goals to meet those dreams. And then I think, unpopular opinion, it's a coping mechanism because you either forgot to be happy or you are covering up for the root cause of why you're unhappy. And so you say, you put it on yourself, you put it on your heart that the next place is going to be better, which in a lot of cases, it is, but you still have to understand and realize that, hey, this was where I wanted to be. And then yeah, I think that it is also caused by a belief, and whether that came from a trauma somewhere or someone told it to you in your younger days. It's the belief that happiness is perpetually set in the future. When I retire, I'll be happy. I mean, come on, how many times have we heard that, right?
Mhm.
I'll be filled with joy when I, get married. Um, and I think that we kind of don't live in that messy middle as much as we should.
As everyone who want to climb a mountain just to be at the top and look at how everything is so beautiful below, but they don't see all the beauty on the climb up.
Oh, right. So many changes on the climb up. Yep,
Mm.
absolutely.
There's no magic moment when your life goes from crappy to happy. It's you falling in love with those three beautiful action steps every day, or however many you take. And Ula, we encourage at least three action steps a day. It's falling in love with those action steps, not just the goal that they lead
Okay, we're done.
to.
That's it. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Bring on uh bring on the how do we get there?
How do we get there? Well, I have 7 suggestions to help you enjoy the journey. One is living gratitude. And we're all about gratitude, especially finding gratitude in the not so great things
Mm.
that we might be experiencing. Two is celebrate love and appreciation for others. Three is give without expectations. So often
Wow.
people,
Yes.
I'm going to give this to you because I'm hoping you give this back to me, and we can't live that way. It's exhausting. You're almost always going to be disappointed. I saw a quote that says, "Stop expecting you from others." Oh, that was a big one. That was a big one. um, Four, adjust your mindset and perspective on things.
Oh, I love that.
Catch yourself every time you say, "I can't wait until." And I used to be really bad at it. Like for us, it was, we can't wait till Nathan graduates. We're going to move back to Arizona. And now Nathan graduated, we're not moving back to Arizona. And luckily, I fell in love with being where I am in that meantime. So I'm
Okay.
okay with that decision. But oh man, the first
So
two years,
so can I unpack that a little bit? Did the goal change? The
no,
No,
I-
it just
yeah,
life.
yeah, life happened and things happened. And and I'm okay. 10 years ago, I would not have been okay with whatever decision. It would have sent me backwards. But now I'm like, I'm cool. Whatever. 1 year, 2 years, 5 years more.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah. Okay,
Whatever.
good.
We don't want
Yeah.
to move back at all. Sell our house in Arizona. That's what it is. I'm good
Okay.
with it.
Okay.
Because
Thank
I've
you.
grown where my feet are planted. Remember that one
Smell
from
the roses.
Danielle
Oh, I
Martin?
remember it. I remember
Yeah.
it.
Um, okay, so embrace learning and growth, and live in awe and wonder. If you're always stopping to smell the roses or seeing how beautiful the roses are, I'm always admiring my neighbor's backyard. She's got the most beautiful flowers and all that kind of stuff.
Those are good neighbors
And
to
so I
have.
sit, yeah, yeah. So I sit and look at hers, not mine, but I don't complain about mine because it's got weeds and whatever else. Just admire hers. And then don't spread yourself too thin, because when you're thin, then you wear out. And it's just so much easier to think that happiness is somewhere else. We need to fall in love with growth as a journey, as a I don't know how to explain it. Just the process of growth. We need to fall in love with that.
So maybe it's not point A to point B. There's a squiggly line in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Really
And
squiggly
be okay
line.
with that. Or expect
Yeah.
that,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a straight line to success. It's not a straight line to happiness. It's not a straight line to anything. If it is, good for you. You have been blessed by all the gods, but
Yeah, keep going. So two things. How has meditation or, like the journaling part, the habit around that and just being grateful. And
mhm,
I know that you keep a 5-year grateful journey. What
mhm.
have you seen any changes in that aspect?
Well, we see a lot of patterns because we find that, like, I'm reading Green Lights to Nicole right now,
Yes.
which is the book you gave me,
And it's
and
awesome.
it's awesome. And then I turned the page for the next day, and that was when I started reading Green Light out on the deck. So remember when I was doing my deck therapy, I'd read a book
Yep.
outside that didn't have anything to do with professional development, which that one in a turnaround way did. But so 3 years later, I'm reading this book to
Yeah.
her. And so
Yeah.
we find that kind of stuff a lot, that we live in these cycles or do the same things or eat at the same places, um, within the same year, 2, 3, 4 years. So I found this podcast where she talks about journaling as like mental hygiene. So put it all out there to clean out the thoughts in your mind. And I always thought of journaling as just, I don't know, I never thought of it that way before. And so it's kind
Uh-huh.
of changed things for me. And is all the good, all the bad, whatever, just put it down on paper. And when you see it, you can release it easier.
Okay.
And so journaling is this is just a new thing in the last week. So I'm kind of journaling with a different perspective now. It's pretty cool.
And putting it all down doesn't matter if it was simple or not simple,
Yeah.
big or little.
Yeah.
It's all going to, are you doing that daily, weekly?
I'm doing it. For me, it's more of a chronic pain issue thing that I'm journaling about. And so on really bad days, which are most days.
Oh, dang it. Okay. All right. She's living with it. Everybody, she's getting through. You've got chronic pain. Talk to Nicole. Uh,
Mhm.
what else? What else is left?
Well, I just want to share a story that I just loved. Our CEO, Travis Ogden of ULA, our CEO of ULA, he turned 50 last year and he did this run. I think it was 50. God, I apologize if it was only 40, but for some reason I think it was 50. He did this run, 50-mile run. I'm pretty sure it's 50 miles on his 50th birthday. And at every mile, he told a story that had to relate with that mile. And so, for example, I'm just going to say mile 35, and I don't know if that's what it was for sure, but it was the year he was 35 years old when his son was born. And he talked about his son and all the things he appreciated and loved about him. And I'm like, this is the most perfect example of enjoying the
Mhm.
journey. Those 50 miles could have sucked, they could have whatever, but no, every mile he made meaningful. And I think we need to do the same thing with our life. We need to make every mile of our life meaningful
Yeah. Yeah.
and beautiful.
And don't live in don't make your life be the season, right? Am I saying that right?
Right. Yeah. So don't let your season become your story.
Ah, yes.
And so if you're living in this season of unhappiness and wanting more, it's okay. Don't get me wrong. I want you to want more. I want you to set goals. I want you to dream, but you can't just live in that future moment of wanting those things. You have to enjoy the things that are going to get you there.
Yeah, you have to reach down, pull them in,
Yeah.
let them sit with you.
And enjoy the
Because,
weeds, not just the flowers.
oh man, I love that story too. Because if you're only seeing the weeds, oh my gosh, your garden is full of them.
Yeah. I think that my weed garden is beautiful.
I think it is too. Hey, dandelions are great. Don't let anyone tell you different.
Got one on my
There
wrist.
they are.
And
There they
my
are.
favorite. My favorite.
All right, perfect.
All right.
Nicole, anything to wrap it up? We got it good.
I think we got it. I think we
Okay.
got it.
All right. So if you like what we're talking about, or if you have any questions, maybe you're going through this season too, or maybe you've identified, hey, maybe I need to take a little inventory on this. We would love to help you. Reach out to Nicole or I. Our contact information is right there in the description. And we always take requests. The request line is open. So if you've got something that maybe you'd like to learn a little bit more about, and you like watching what we've got to say about it, or maybe you don't like watching what we have to say, but we want to hear about that too. Like, comment, share, or drop in our DMs. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks to everybody
Awesome.
who's watching. We'll see you next
Good to see
time.
ya.